Dr. Sally now joins us on set, and we're continuing the conversation with dogs. Service dogs, emotional support, therapy dogs, facility therapy dogs. We who are involved in it, and you up to here in it, it is confusing to...
Oh, it's horribly confusing.
It's horribly confusing. Okay. Where are we now? You deal with Assistance International.
So I'm on the board of Assistance Dogs International, which is the accrediting body of nonprofit service dog programs. And you know, when we say what is the issue out there, the issue is multi-factored, and it needs to be looked at and really studied. But you know, when I think of service dogs or assistance dogs, they're dogs that have been individually trained to perform a task or a behavior that directly mitigates and helps that person's disability.
Right.
And so when we just look at that, though, then there's a whole bunch of categories of service and assistance dogs.
Well, and the good thing you've highlighted before, and when we've had previous conversations, this conversation will continue in the months and years to come, I'm sure, but it's that the good news is people want to take their dogs with them more places. The bad news is we're also maybe unknowingly hurting people who really need that dog. So don't take a dog, don't pretend it's our responsibility.
Right, exactly.
It's not the dog's fault.
No, when people say they have a fake service dog, what I like to say is really no, they're faking a disability and they're bringing a dog with them that they're claiming is a service dog.
Yes.
And so I think you've got issues that really need to be addressed. Not sure how. The Americans with Disabilities Act had a wonderful way of opening access for people with disabilities in all areas, and they addressed service dogs or assistance dogs. And they wanted to make it open for people with disabilities not to have to go through a whole bunch of hoops, which I absolutely agree with. We don't want people with a disability to have to go through extra steps to be able to have the right of having a service dog with them. Unfortunately, today, we've got a lot of people that portray themselves as having a disability and potentially bring a dog with them out in public that is ill-trained. And so you really have to look at three things. I think people who train service dogs do, and what we look at is the safety of the public, the safety of the individual with a disability, and the safety of the dog.
Because dogs who are not trained may act out against a service dog.
And you will hear a lot from guide dog users that they are more and more often met out in public and they're not able to see with a dog that's horribly trained and will attack them. And so then you have a guide dog that is not any more useful to their person because of that unfortunate episode. So something does have to be done. I wish I had the answer. It needs to be studied carefully, you know, but I thought it was very interesting when one of our clients said to us that it's so interesting, is what she said, that it takes more for me to get a handicapped parking permit than it does to have a dog, a service dog out in public. None of us want more government interference or regulation.
I hear that a lot.
However, I think again, we're going back to, is the public safe? Is the person with a disability safe? And is the dog safe?
And is the dog safe? I always say, you know, you drive a car and here's a license. Maybe we should have, I have an emotional support or service dog, a therapy dog, and here's a license. But then we run into the thing, I don't want more government intervention. So you're on the board, you're going to continue to talk to us.
Have a dialogue.
Until then, please, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Do not order a vest online if you don't have a dog that's trained to be a service dog. Speaking of which, what is this cute little
This little guy is Rocky. He's in training. He's 13 weeks old. And he says, this is my TV debut.
Can I hold Rocky?
Absolutely.
And what is Rocky going to be? We don't know what Rocky's trained.
He hasn't told us what his career path is.
You haven't told us what your specialty is. Oops. There you go. Okay. This is Rocky. This is Rocky. Rocky, this is your TV. Rocky's getting heavier already. Rocky, say hi. Say hi to your fans. Hi, fans. ICAN. It's Dr. Sally Irvin. Thank you so much. Do I have to give him back?
Nah, eventually.
We'll be back with more on Pet Pals TV.